Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are here for To Your Eternity Season 2, Episode 9. So, last time we've had some crazy reveals recently. We kind of learned the Knockers' plan a little bit of their like souls from the afterlife that are trying to bring more souls to the afterlife. They're not necessarily after Fushi. They were only after Fushi because they didn't want an immortal hanging around, and it seems like some of the spirits that he meets and are around him don't seem to want to go to the afterlife and stuff. So he's kind of congregating these souls around him too. So the Knockers started going after him. It makes me wonder, are the Knockers only here because of him, or did they always exist, like taking souls? It felt like they were something new before, but maybe they just let people do their thing beforehand. I don't know. But, and, if Fushi's able to make them immortal bodies, which they kind of hinted at, then that's another reason to get rid of Fushi, because, if people keep getting immortal bodies, then there's not going to be more souls to go over to that side. But we also had Bon faking his death and, what's it called? He faked his death, he became Baron Springroll. It seemed like he was going to stay behind, but then when shit started going down and Fushi ran off, he went off with him. I think. So it seems like they will be sticking together. I'm really interested to see where we go from here and everything. Man, I'm on the right episode, right? I hope so. We'll find out if I messed up, because I didn't take any notes. I guess I was just so enthralled in hearing the stuff about the Knockers. I didn't take any notes on it. All I wrote down was Bon fake death and Baron Springroll. It's been like almost 2 weeks at this point since I've recorded, so I'm just trying to like remember what happened specifically in the last episode. But either way, let's watch it. Hopefully this is the right one. We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Yes. Okay. Good. That's right. Yep. I knew Fushi ran off, but I couldn't remember where he ran off to. They're going after the church, right? The church of Bennett that hates Fushi. And Bon ran off with them. I think Iris stayed behind and said she was going to stay back and wait for him to return. Definitely some crazy stuff I never thought we'd be getting into this season, of like learning, like getting to communicate with a knocker, and then also the potential of Fushi being able to bring people back is just a wild concept. I wonder if he ever will. Like, we have no hinting in the opening of it, right? Expanding consciousness. Okay. No, she's dead. Oh! So the attack has already commenced. Hey. He's here. Jesus. That's a sight to behold. No. Oh, shit. That's not your daddy anymore. Come on, someone save these kids. Hey. Alright. Is this the guy that was with, Oh, this is Fushi. This is another form that he has. Was this the guy that was with, shit, what's her name? Tonari? Alright. Man, it's crazy how powerful he's become with so many different forms, with different utility and everything. He can just become a doctor, you know? He can become an archer, he can become a bird. It's just crazy. That is so many people. I know they said 22,000, but it's so different when you see them all gathered. It's probably not even all of them either. Yeah, there's a whole bunch outside still, right? Man, my nose is super itchy. Is that Fushi? Did he die and Fushi took the form? Jesus. Yeah, he flew out of there. Is that person that was looking back gonna help him? Jeez. Oh no, did he lose that form? He did. Gotta save the people. No! Not Goo Goo! So he transforms into his brother. Oh, shit. Well, there goes the brother. Shit, man. Just like the pain spots popping up all over the place. Oh. It's just a damn war zone. All night long. Oh. Oh shit. Did they get away with some of his forms? The forms, yep. if you want them back. They're treating this like a game. It's messed up. Damn. Damn, he lost the Z-guard. No more flying. Damn. Alright. Damn. Graves for the dead. Can't save everyone. Oh, Fushi. Who is this guy? At first I thought it might have been Fushi who approached the guy in that armor, but... Huh. Why didn't he notice? Or did he take that armor from someone? Interesting. I mean, obviously they're planning some kind of trap, right? It only makes sense. Rough terrain to fight in. Oh shit. This one can't shoot good. Yeah. Damn. No, March. Oh, I hate seeing March like that. Even if it is Fushi. Oh shit. Alright, well. Man, this is a... God, there's Oniguma. There's the doctor. Damn, man. Oh. No. Oh, they didn't get marked. They only grabbed. They didn't impale, right? They got Piorin. That was the white horse that was supposed to be for Fushi, right? I think. Oh. The poor horse. Oh. Wait, what? Oh. Interesting. So he interfered. That's one of the first times other than giving advice. Yeah, you need a plan. You can't just charge headfirst in. Hmm. Like, is he gonna cover himself in weapons like he did that one time? Weapons of armor. He did it in season 1, I think. Okay. Just gonna teach him now? Could have used that earlier so he didn't need you as much. Hmm. Oh, the orb again. Ah. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, he spent too much time swimming with the fishes to like fish. Trying to hint at something. Oh. Piorin, I think that was, if I remember correctly. Is he going to become a fish? In the swamp? I don't think that would help, though. He's got a plan. But we don't know it, so will it work? Nice. Damn. Damn. Okay. He's got him back. Guess they figured out, too, that they can't get through iron. Oh. Wait, he remembered Pjorn. I thought they got Pjorn. Huh, okay. Wait, maybe he just lost... No, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. He lost Pjorn in this fight. He lost Pjorn, Oniguma, and the healer in this fight, right? And then he just got them back when he killed them. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm dumb. When he said vessels, I was just thinking all the ones he's lost, but duh, there was some that he just lost in this fight. I'm sorry about that. Alright. Ugh. Did he cut it off before it took his main form? Alright, they killed it. Anyway. Took over more of his body. Maybe. A year. Why the long time gaps? Do they need to, like, reproduce or something? Maybe they have to get more friends and stuff? Like a group? A team? Trained to fight knockers? Okay. 3 months. Oh, I see Gugu sitting next to him. Nice. So another training arc on us. The animals. supplies and everything. The horse. Oh, look at them all. Crazy that, like, Oniguma is still following him, too, you know? Alright. Damn. So we lost a handful of forms. Gugu's form. It's nice to know that, like, the forms aren't tied to their actual spirits, too. Like, the knocker took Gugu's form, yet Gugu's spirit is still there with him. Even in the end there. I apologize for messing that up. I was like, you know, I mean, I guess I already said it, but I just feel so dumb. Because I was like, they took Piorin, right? But I forgot Piorin was lost in this fight and not the previous one. For some reason, I was thinking Piorin was taken in the previous fight. But that's right, he was trying to, like, climb out of the swamp with the cane and everything and got nabbed. But, but yeah, so they're calling it, like, our next game, you know, like, calling that attack on the town, like, a game, which, like, maybe if you explained it in, like, a serious and understandable way, I could get behind, like, bringing people to an afterlife that's, like, peaceful and stuff like that. But the fact that these knockers are considering it like a game, it makes them seem more, like, psychotic, right? That is it for episode 9. But yeah, it makes them seem a little more psychotic, a little more crazy, that they're, like, killing people and treating it like a game and everything. And it makes me dislike them even more. So it's like I tried to, like, understand them a bit when they were going on about their purpose and their goals and everything, but after this one, I just can't see it anymore. I just see them as, like, something that needs to be destroyed. So I do wonder about, like, the time gap. Like, why are they waiting a year? Do they need, like, you know, it's like a fleshy material, so does it need to be, like, grown? And they need, you know, Fushi wiped out all of them. It seems like almost all of them, except for the one that took his form. Maybe a couple others got away. But maybe they need to, like, regrow more fleshy things to put souls inside of in order to do this, to do this attack. I'm not sure, but it makes me wonder, like, if Fushi could come up with some kind of plan, like, after this next attack, he takes out a lot of them. If he gets really good at sensing, like, they were saying, if he can, like, amass terrain, he can then, like, sense through that terrain, right? So, like, I wonder if he could, like, eventually, over a long period of time, just, like, leave behind a ton of parts of himself or something that are all still connected to him in some way. Maybe I'm understanding it wrong. But, like, if he could sense things, like, throughout the entire Earth, right? But also, this was apparently supposed to be a way to, like, sense the knockers, but maybe he just meant, like, I don't know that Fushi will ever be able to sense knockers like the Black One can, right? Black One seems to not be connected to all these things like Fushi is and can just sense where they are through, like, some kind of superpower, it seems like to me. Fushi seems like he needs to extend... It's almost like extending, like, a giant blanket over a large area, and then when someone steps on a part of the blanket, he knows that someone stepped on that part of the blanket, right? So I think that's what he was doing. Like, it seems like he spread, like, roots all throughout the swamp, and then as soon as he sensed it, like, touch one of the roots as it traveled through, he brought the roots up and pulled it out of the swamp, from my understanding anyway. Because he was saying, like, that little membrane, right? It needs to be touching the things that he can sense, and, like, we've seen him do it before. Has he just not realized that he can do it? Like, I think it was, like, 3 or 4 episodes ago, at this point, we had Fushi, like, falling in a hole, and he, like, like spat out a box, which spat out a box, which then spat out a box, I think. Unless he spat out a box and then did a box and then did a box while it was all connected to his hand. But I thought he did a box, 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 box extending from him. So that's kind of the same thing as what he's learning to do now, right? Like, he made a plant come up, and then he made a sword come out of that plant. He didn't make a sword come out of, like, usually it just comes out of his body, typically. So maybe he did that in, like, distress and didn't realize he did it, or maybe I am misremembering the scene, and maybe it all did chain from his hand, right? Maybe that's what it was. Did he, like, drop them down into a hole? Was he, like, reaching over the hole and it was, like, box fell out, box fell out, box fell out? Maybe I'm just thinking about it the wrong way. But yeah, regardless of it, he's now aware of it, and, you know, so now he'll be able to make bigger things like big boats and stuff, because I guess you make, like, every panel of the boat, and you just keep it connected with that membrane as you build it, kind of thing. So he's gonna train for that, which is interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what that's gonna mean for, like, you know, because that's a pretty big power boost. Like, I wonder how thin of a membrane he can keep. Like, could he be firing arrows that even just have, like, a thin, like, spiderweb strand of membrane, and, like, fire arrows, and then when the arrow gets near the knocker, even if it doesn't get him, he then expands, like, swords out of it to then hit the knocker? And, like, remote control some of these things. I feel like there's, like, a whole nother level of fighting that can be done now that, like, if he masters this. So, if there is a way that he can, like, somehow infuse himself with the earth, though, to be able to sense them wherever, that's going to be pretty massive as well. I don't know if that's possible, because it seems like the things need to be connected to him through that membrane for him to sense. But but can you imagine if he did obtain, like, the level of power to know, like, where they are anywhere on Earth, and, like, even just, like, they show, like, because what I was thinking, I think I started talking about it and I never finished it, the idea that maybe they have to regroup and heal and grow more, reproduce somehow, or whatever. Maybe Fushi beats them in the battle, and then they don't realize that he can sense their location. I wonder if he can find their, like, home base and go attack it. Like, we need to take the offensive to the knockers. Like, how do we stop them from, like, how can we permanently stop them? Is it possible, right? Like, what is creating them? Where do these fleshy bits come from? They must come from a place. I imagine they don't just, like, form out of nothing. I mean, I guess Fushi forms things out of nothing, so maybe there is another thing on this planet that can form these things. I don't know. Like, I imagine there's, like, some kind of big boss at the end of, like, one of these knockers that are just creating more knockers, or something that, you know, maybe by the end of the series we find it. But yeah, certainly interesting. So they're gonna be evacuating that big city in preparation for the knocker attack in a year while Fushi's training. I wonder if that's where, you know, we have the guy in the armor, which was interesting. I want to learn more about him, because he kind of just showed up, and even they were like, he had the blood on the leg, and the guy didn't seem like he was hurt. Even after he, like, moved the leg, he didn't, like, we didn't hear a wince in pain. It's almost like someone died from an injury in that armor, and that was their blood. He snagged that armor. It was definitely, like, they definitely pointed him out to be a little more than what he is. So I think he'll be coming back at some point. And then, you know, in the opening, we have a bunch of characters that we haven't seen yet. So I'm wondering if Fushi's going to be training on the boat, and then during the evacuation, maybe Bon, like, meets up with some more allies and stuff like that, and maybe that big fight we're seeing in the opening is gonna be Renril here in a year, and Fushi will join those forces and help fight, because they were saying, like, you know, they're not enough, and Fushi can't just keep losing his forms constantly. He's already lost a lot of power based off the ones he's lost now, so and this might be the longest we go with Fushi losing those forms, right? Like there was other times where he lost forms, but then they managed to get them back fairly quickly within like the same battle, or they like chased it down and got it. But I don't think we've ever had it be like a year has passed since he's had the forms before he gets them back. I could be mistaken, but yeah. Now we have the horse made of his flesh, so it can be killed, but it's also separate from him. So somehow Black One was able to take Fushi's flesh, make a horse that seems to have its own personality of sorts. Like it was kind of giving him like hints and, you know, biting him and pushing him forward, or like stopping him from going into the swamp. Like it has its own autonomy that's separate from Fushi, but yet it's made of his flesh. So is that just like another hinting of like what the other people would be like if we were able to bring Gugu and March and all those, and Oniguma, all those different spirits that are following him? Would that be kind of like what they are? They're like bits of his flesh that have been formed into entities that have their own autonomy. So, but it's crazy that he's been able to do that this whole time and he hasn't, which also means that, I mean, see, the Black One doesn't want Fushi to have all these connections. Back when he stayed with Gugu, he didn't like that. He wanted Fushi to be off, you know, getting stronger, hunting. He thinks that losing people would make Fushi stronger. That's the Black One's mentality. So maybe that's why the Black One hasn't brought back any of the people, because he could just do that again, like take more of his flesh and make bodies for the different souls that are following him. I bet he could do that. And they also said when like Bon was talking about his ability to do that, he said Black One probably doesn't want him doing this. That's why he hasn't told him. So it's like Black One does know that either he could tell Fushi that he could do it, you know, so I don't know. Definitely interesting, but I'm looking forward to what's coming. Like the story has definitely gone pretty crazy. It's definitely a lot more like about the knockers than it ever was before. Like last season it was kind of about the people that he meets along the way and getting there, like, and I'm glad it did deviate, because don't get me wrong, like March was sad, Gugu was sad, and then by the time I got to Tonari, I was like, yeah, everyone he meets is just gonna, you know, die and be sad. And, you know, we also had Pioran who died. And it's like, I'm glad we kind of deviated a little bit so far anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Bon and all that, and it's possible that he'll die too and everything. He does still have that companion, but it feels like rather than just like getting to know these people and I don't know. It just feels different from the original season. It feels like there's a bigger purpose rather than just like some crazy ass Hayase, you know, being the cause of March's death, like so needlessly, right? But now it seems like a bigger purpose, and if Bond dies fulfilling that bigger purpose, I feel like it won't be, I mean, it'll be sad, but it'll be like more better for me than poor little March just dying for no reason, right? So just because some crazy bitch is obsessed with getting their hands on some immortal. But anyway, I think that's going to be it from me, guys. I'm looking forward to what's to come. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more from me. Link is in the description below. You can see 2 more episodes ahead through the early access tier. Check that out. It supports me in what I do here. I very much appreciate it. And I will see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.